You ever notice how the study methods that feel hard are the ones everyone praises? All-nighters, color-coded notes, 10-hour grind sessions. But the ones that feel easy, almost suspiciously easy, those are the ones we ignore. Here's the uncomfortable question. What if the reason studying feels exhausting is because you're doing it wrong? Let me tell you a quick story. A few semesters ago, I was behind, like way behind. Deadlines stacking, brain fried, that constant low-level panic buzzing in your chest. So I tried to lock in. Long sessions, no phone, more effort, and somehow my retention got worse. That's when I stumbled onto a study method that felt almost illegal. Too relaxed, too short, too simple. And it worked better than anything I'd tried before. At first, I didn't trust it because we've been taught something dangerous, that if it doesn't hurt, it doesn't count.
But stick with me, because once you see this, you won't unsee it. Here's the core idea. Your brain doesn't learn when you're forcing it. It learns when it's curious, and curiosity dies the moment studying feels like punishment. Think about it. You remember random facts from YouTube, lyrics you never tried to memorize, entire scenes from shows you watched once, but a chapter you reread 5 times? Gone. So what's the difference? Effort doesn't equal memory. Engagement does. The method I'm about to show you is built around that truth. And yes, it feels way too easy. That's why it works. Here's how most people study. They sit down and say, I'll study for 2 hours. No clear target, no clear finish line, so the brain panics because it hates vague pain. That's why you procrastinate, not because you're lazy, because your brain doesn't know when the suffering ends. Now here's the shift. Instead of time-based studying, you switch to question-based studying. Before you open your notes, you ask one simple thing. What question am I trying to answer right now? Not study biology, but why does the heart have 4 chambers? Not review marketing, but what makes people actually click? One question. That's it. Suddenly your brain leans forward because questions create tension, and tension creates focus. But here's where it gets even better. You don't start by reading. You start by guessing. Yes, guessing. Before looking at anything, you try to answer the question from memory, even if you're wrong, especially if you're wrong. Because the moment you realize, wait, I don't fully know this, your brain opens a loop, and open loops demand closure. Now you read, but differently. You're not highlighting everything, you're hunting. Scanning only for what fixes your wrong answer. Everything else becomes noise. This alone can cut your study time in half. But wait, this is where most people mess it up. They keep going. Another question. Another page. Another hour. Don't do that. You stop early. After 20 to 25 minutes, you stop, even if you feel like you could keep going, especially then. Why? Because stopping while your brain still wants more creates psychological momentum. It's the same reason Netflix episodes end on cliffhangers. Your brain hates unfinished stories. So the next time you sit down, focus feels automatic. This is why the method feels easy. You're never forcing yourself past resistance. You're leaving breadcrumbs for future you. Now, let's make this practical. Say you're a student drowning in material. Instead of cramming chapters, you write 5 ugly questions on a blank page. Messy, incomplete, human. You answer them from memory. You check, you fix, you stop. Done. Or maybe you're a creator trying to learn editing or scripting or consistency. What makes a hook actually stop the scroll? You guess, you test, you refine. That's studying. And here's the part no one talks about. Burnout doesn't come from doing too little. It comes from overriding your brain's signals for too long. This method respects them. It turns studying from a will-powered battle into a curiosity loop. But there's one final step that makes this almost unfair. Before you finish a session, you write one sentence, just one. Next time, I'll answer this. That's it. No pressure, no guilt, just a breadcrumb. When you come back, you're not starting from zero, you're continuing a story, and stories are easy to return to. Now, let me be real with you for a second. This method won't impress people. You won't look busy. No aesthetic desk shots at 2 a.m. It looks boring, calm, almost lazy. But your results, different story. More recall, less stress, way more consistency, and consistency beats intensity every time. If studying has felt heavy lately, if you've been blaming yourself, stop. It's not you, it's the method. Tonight, don't study. Ask one question. Guess, check, stop early. Do that for a week. Then come back and tell me it didn't work. If this helped you even a little, save it. Send it to the friend who's always stressed, and try this tonight. We're not grinding anymore. We're studying smarter. Let's level up together.